Hey yo, what is up guys? Your boy is back with another video, and yes, I'll be here with my Extreme Rules 2012 review. That'll come up tomorrow. Right now, I just got to get my Backlash review up, and here we go. Let's talk about it. Overall, this was a really excellent show from the WWE. I think that's the consensus. A lot of people really like this show. Everyone's giving it a big thumbs up, and yeah, unfortunately, I really want to go back and rewatch some of these matches because when I was watching them, I thought like they could, like, some of the matches maybe didn't come off the best to me, but if I watched them again, they might. And yeah, so starting off the show, Bianca Belair versus Skye, and this is Skye's big come. Like, this was her moment here. This is her make or break moment. She had a big stage to be on, stadium show. This is a star making performance for her, going up against probably the face of the women's division right now, Bianca Belair. That's pretty easy to say. Would anyone debate that? Bianca Belair, the face of the women's division. She has a lot of fans, very popular. So yeah, we'll say she is. So the match started off. It kind of started off with like this kind of like them kind of like showing off their athleticism and doing a lot of flips and stuff. There was one moment where like Bianca kind of like was just watching her do like flips and stuff, and it's like, okay, like I get it, but like this isn't like, not necessarily like my thing. Like, I don't like little stupid things like that where it's like, oh, we got to watch them all flip around. I'd rather just see, a wrestling match take place. Anyways, the match, it did. Like, that was just kind of like the weak point of the match for me, but everything else here was really good. When Skye was finally like working over Bianca's arm, and yeah, that's when the match started getting like really good. When she's like, Skye, she did a really good step behind with the, what is it? I don't know what the arm wrench, when you step behind, grab the arm, wrench it. She did a really like smooth one. That's what I remember about that. And Bianca's like, well, where the fuck did she go? It was like, damn. Yeah, so obviously a lot of fans, they really like this match here. Yeah, I think the story of the match was Bianca just getting her shoulder worked over. She went for like a spear in the corner, and moved and just it looked really beautiful. There was a lot of really beautiful moves in this where Bianca, like a lot of moves, like had a lot of impact. Is what I mean when I say that. Like Bianca did like the one-armed press and ended up dropping right on her face. It looked really good. Good thing she was okay. Then there was a really good face buster, I want to say, by and then there was a really good like early in the match, they went for a roll up. Rolled out, double stomp, and then later in the match, same thing. Went for the double stomp, but Bianca rolled out. So it was kind of like learning how they were going with the match and how they were going to counter each move. So it was a really smart tactical play. The ending of the match is where I didn't like, other than the whole like little flippy shit up in the beginning. And the reason is because it's like, do we have to have every match? It just seems like on Raw, on SmackDown, on pay-per-view, someone's always getting involved in the matches, and it's like it's annoying when it's, I know, like, I like Damage Control and stuff, and it's like I expected them to come out. I was kind of hoping Io would win. I was holding out hope, but you knew like Bianca was not dropping that belt. But yeah, like Damage Control, they come out and they help give the distraction for Io to get the victory. But only it kind of all backfires, and Bianca Belair hits the KOD. I think, yeah, Io, she goes for the over the moonsault, misses, and then Bianca got her with the KOD. And yeah, so I guess, like, is she going to be the inaugural women's champion? This is why I hate this stuff, because it's like, so she's going to SmackDown. Does that mean, is she now the SmackDown women's champion? Does she have to become the new SmackDown champion? It's just, I don't like this stuff. So yeah, other than that, great match. This was a great women's match. I know I might sound like I'm kind of down on some stuff, but no, this was an awesome match for both ladies here. So yeah, awesome stuff. Moving on to what was, I guess, this is probably Omos' best match. Omos versus Seth Rollins here. Yeah, Seth, he was hailed as a god here, like the whole crowd chanting for him. Really weird put together match because it just came out of nowhere. Everyone's like, oh, Vince is back, obviously. Yeah, I think Seth Rollins, he probably should be, just put the freaking, like, why even do the tournament? Just put Seth Rollins versus whoever the frick the challenger is, or make it Seth Rollins versus Cody at United Champions. And yeah, just put the belt on Seth Rollins. Who gives a shit? Like, honestly. Probably means he's not winning, now that I think about it. Anyways. Yeah, so this is Omos' best match. Omos, he started off the match kicking Seth Rollins right in the face, jumping him. There was some cool moments here throughout the match, especially like with the choke slam and then Seth trying to dive out of the ring, but Omos catching him. And yeah, this wasn't a very long. It was about 10 minutes. So yeah, this is actually pretty good stuff here. I think there was a moment where Seth Rollins tried putting him in a headlock. Like, damn, like just trying to beat him with that. Yeah, so Seth, he hit 2 curb stomps. Then he did a flying curb stomp to Omos, and yeah, that was kind of the match. It looked like MVP threw him as Kane, and the Kane was gone. So you're like, Anyways, yeah. I thought like Seth Rollins might drop it here, and then he has to come back and face Omos in the tournament. So then because Seth would have lost here, it would have been like, oh, psychology going into the tournament that he would have lost. But no, Seth Rollins wins. Omos is just kind of a big jobber. I don't really know the point of him anymore. If he just kind of like every time he's in a big match, he loses. Lost to Braun, lost to Brock, lost to Bobby Lashley, lost here. He lost some other one. Anyways, who cares? It's Omos, I guess. Just move him to NXT. Anyways, what's up next here? So the next match here was the triple threat match. Austin Theory versus Bronson Reed versus Bobby Lashley. So we all knew Bronson Reed wasn't winning because Austin Theory is going to SmackDown. And yeah, this was a pretty short match here. Like the match kind of started and then like I was like, kind of like look at the time, and then it was like 5 minutes later the match was over. So not a very long match here. I think it's kind of like it was a good match. It just wasn't like anything. It's not like one of the best triple threat. This is not like a must see triple threat match. It was just a nice on the undercard, getting all 3 guys on the show kind of match. Trying to think here. So I think Bobby Lashley, I think Bronson Reed and Austin Theory, they worked together throughout this match. And then Bobby Lashley, I want to say, was going for the Hurt Lock on Austin Theory. And then they ended up on the outside of the ring. And then freaking the spot of the match was Bronson Reed did like a splash. Like he did like a Vader bomb, a springboard Vader bomb down to Bobby Lashley, which was like, oh man, that guy is a big boy. You don't want him jumping down on you. So like that was really cool. So yeah, it was like a really good, nice match here. And then, so I think Bobby Lashley, he had it one. I think he hit freaking, who was it? He hit Bronson Reed with the spear, and then Seth, again, not Seth Rollins, Austin Theory threw him out of the ring. And yeah, so Austin Theory, he retained. There was a tsunami hit somewhere in here. I want to say it was hit on Austin Theory, and then that's how they ended up on the outside. Yeah, I think that makes sense, because I know, I love the tsunami. It's such an awesome splash, but yeah. Anyways, decent match. Next up, hometown Zelina Vega versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley came out in white attire, which looked really great. Apparently had Dominic Mysterio's name on her. That's like Dom. And Dom's like, yeah, Chief, yeah. Good match here. Zelina Vega looks absolutely amazing. Like, she's in amazing shape. She's coming out with that Puerto Rican flag just draped across her. She looked absolutely stunning here. What was it I was going to say? Oh, yeah. So she was obviously getting the huge hometown reaction, and there she is crying in the ring. It's like, I know it's an emotional thing, but do not cry. I know people are like, oh, you're so mean or whatever. It was like, no, you're wrestling for a world title. Game face, baby, game face. That's what we got to be about here. Shawn Michaels, when he wrestled for the belt in San Antonio, Texas in 97, he didn't cry. Nuh-uh, baby. Anyways, so yeah. I can't remember the name for this, but like early in the match, like Zelina's mom passed her the flip-flop, and they had like a name for it, a choyo or something like that. I don't know what the name was. Anyways, and she just held it up, and like everyone just went wild for it. And they're like, if there's any Latinas in the audience, they know exactly what that means. I think it means you're about to get your ass beat with that thing, because those things, you whip those things, they freaking sting. So I think that's the point of that. Yeah. So anyways, Zelina, she ends up, this match kind of went how it started. Like, she kind of gets beat down early by Rhea, and then she has her whole moment. She hits the 619, then she hits a big meteor, close kick out. Rhea gets her up, and with the Riptide win, victory, Rhea wasn't losing this. You kind of knew she wasn't losing after EO didn't win, so it's like, whatever. I didn't really understand the point of these matches. So like, to me, the matches, it's like, though, like, I didn't like, you know what I'm saying about the whole Raw and SmackDown, like the draft, and yeah, really annoying, kind of hurt the matches. So anyways, good match here, great moment. Zelina got a huge reaction at the end, so good for her. she probably had an awesome moment, awesome experience here in Puerto Rico. So shout out Zelina Vega, good for you, dog. Next up, which is a lot of people's match of the night, Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny, and this was pretty awesome here. Like the crowd was like super into this. They love this Bad Bunny dude. Like I like Bad Bunny just because he likes pro wrestling, and it's just like that's cool. He likes pro wrestling, so of course I like that guy. So Bad Bunny, he comes out. They're playing this song. I don't know what song it was, but the crowd just went absolutely ape for it. Then he's coming out with the cart full of toys, the trash cans and stuff. So match kind of starts off, and Damian Priest obviously is getting the better of him, beating him down a bit, and then there was like he gets him in the ring. I can't remember. I think he hits the South of Heaven on him. He has him pinned, then he goes 1, 2, and then he picks him up like, nah, I got to deliver more punishment to this dude. And then so Bad Bunny fights back with the kendo sticks, and they kind of end up fighting out to the crowd where Damian Priest, he hits like a freaking... he suplexed him through the announce tables on the outside, and then the ENTs and stuff are there to get Bad Bunny. Damian Priest drug him back to the ring, and then that's when the freaking shit show started here. Next thing you know, I think he starts fighting back, because it's Priest, he hurt his knee, and then I think Bad Bunny is hitting it with the chain and stuff, and Priest can barely walk. And the next thing you know, Dom and Finn Balor, they hit the ring, and then Rey Mysterio comes out, and I want to say, was it Santos Escobar who comes out with him? No, and then like next thing you know, like the whole like it's all, they're like beating him down. Then Carlito's music hits, and Carlito's hitting the ring, and he's about to spit. And he took a big bite of that apple. He was about to I got some of that stuff on my face, that. Anyways, so yeah, Carlito comes out. The next thing Finn Balor and Dom, they're running out of the ring, and Rey Mysterio are chasing after him. And then Savio Vega, who made an appearance earlier in the show, comes out, and then he's just standing there like for like a minute. They're just playing his music, and it's like, dude, I thought they were waiting for me to show up. He's just standing there. It's like, is there someone else coming out? Am I coming out? Am I going, boys? Am I going? Anyways, so they beat down on Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. Then the LWO come out, and the LWO are just so sick. I got to get some of their t-shirts. Those guys, they were really, really cool. One of my favorite parts of WWE right now are the LWO. So yeah, that was really sick. Then the ending of the match was amazing with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. They kind of had like where it's like you do both guys just giving it everything they had, and they were going back and forth all the way up, and like some really amazing near falls, like that roll up, like that had me. I was like, oh shit. Like that one got me. That was amazing stuff. And then eventually Bad Bunny hits the Bunny Destroyer, the Canadian Destroyer is what they're calling it. What is it? I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, anyways, so he gets the win. LWO, Savio Vega, Carlito, they're all out in the ring. They're all celebrating. This was really amazing for the people in Puerto Rico, and just it was great sports entertainment. Not really like a match like I'm just going to like go back and watch a million times, just because it's like I'm like really into like obviously like two great pro wrestlers. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was like a show, obviously. This was just great for everyone. Obviously, really good stuff here. It's just not something I'm personally really going to go back to all that much. Next up, we have the 6-man tag. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Riddle versus the Bloodline. And this is kind of funny because last year they had like a similar match to this. Was with the Bloodline versus Drew McIntyre and Rated RK Bro. I still call them that, Rated RK Bro. It's just RK Bro. Anyways, so another, like, this was a really good match. It just kind of like, I don't know, something just seemed really missing up until the end when Jay and Solo started kind of arguing and fighting. But like early on in the match, it was just like really, really good stuff, like all throughout the match. It just wasn't like I said, like I've seen just like so many 6-man tags and stuff in WWE that it's just kind of hard for that. Like they just do them all the time. That it's kind of like hard for this to kind of like stand out up until they did what they kind of did at the end with the miscommunication with Jay and Solo and them almost costing the match. Like that was the best part of the match, and it just kind of like, yeah, so it kind of started with like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're kind of like going back and forth with the Uso brothers, and the Usos were kind of just struggling with them up until Solo gets in the match, and Solo kind of like beats on down one of them. I think it was Sami Zayn who was just getting beat down for a while there until eventually he makes the take to Kevin Owens, and then Riddle ends up in the match. And yeah, it was just like just a 6-man take. I don't know, like I wasn't like crazy in love with this match. It was a really good match. It just wasn't like I wasn't even really excited for this match even when it was announced. It just like it seems like ever since WrestleMania, everything's just kind of been kind of bleh. And this feud, it just kind of feels like it kind of took a brunt of that blehness. Like it just seems kind of like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just seems like this was the feud that kind of got hit by it the most for some reason, because it just seems like everything is just all off in every different direction right now, and it's just no real direction right now. So that's kind of how I felt about this heading into this. And it just seems like, oh, Roman's not here, but we have to kind of still make Roman important, which is kind of annoying. It's just like he should just lost, but whatever. Anyways, next up, we have the main event, Cody Rhodes versus the Beast Brock Lesnar. And Cody comes out, huge reaction. Brock comes out, looked absolutely, I mean, I thought he was going to come up with the Undertaker look, but I guess not. And yeah, so the match starts off. Cody Rhodes, he just starts beating down on Brock Lesnar. He hits him with the steps. And he's like, he had to do all this just to get ahead of Brock. Like, obviously, the same way Brock attacked him, he's getting the jump on Brock here. Match starts off. Eventually, Brock, he does get back into it. He starts hitting, he hit like 8 or 9 suplexes on Cody. He hit like a whole whack load. Like, the point where you're like, again, they're calling back John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2014. They started calling back that match. Next up here was like, it was just kind of like a beatdown. Cody, he kind of like musters some offense, hitting some disaster kicks, going for the Cody cutter. I think he gets it. I think he was going for the crossroads. Oh, he had an amazing, what is it? Like he had that drop down uppercut, the same one like Goldust always hits and stuff. So that looked really good. The end came when Brock had Cody in the Kimura. Brock also bled a gusher in this. I forgot to mention that. Brock, he went for like the turnbuckle got exposed, and Brock went rushing in and just cut open his face. And it's like, damn, that must have hurt. Because it's like, there's just blood everywhere. It's like, man, he keeps just doing that to his poor face, and there's just, he's bleeding gushers, man. He's bleeding gushers. So Cody and the Kimura managed to get Brock's shoulders to the mat, pins him 1, 2, 3. Really good stuff here. You see now this is a match I'll go back to more and watch, just like do the athleticism and brutality of it. I thought this was a really, really excellent match for both guys. I know some people won't like it, but I just felt like it just had like a little bit of like extraness that a lot of Brock's other matches just sometimes didn't have. Like the matches with like Braun Strowman didn't really have this, where it just felt like Cody was kind of in it a bit more than a lot of Brock's other opponents. He even got a kick out of an F5. That was amazing. So good stuff. Anyways, yeah, Backlash. Big thumbs up. I really liked the show. Stay tuned for my Extreme Rules 2012 review. I really like this show. Yeah, we'll keep it going, guys. Anyways, star ratings in the description below. I'll leave my overall rating for the show. And peace out.